ASMR. Today's video is going to be 200 random facts but today's video is going to be 200 random facts, just talking about random things. And let's get into it. So I'm reading this from a website called Owlcation, like Owlcation. So yeah. So 12 weird and fun facts about sports. In 1963, Major League Baseball pitcher Gaylord Perry remarked, "They'll put a man on the moon before I hit a home run." On July 20, 1969, an hour after Neil Armstrong set foot on the surface of the moon, Perry hit his first and only home run while playing for the San Francisco Giants. Retired basketball sensation Michael Jordan makes more money from Nike each year than all the Nike factory workers in Malaysia combined. That's kind of depressing. The Olympic flag's colors are always red, black, blue, green, and yellow rings on a field of white. This is because at least one of those colors appears on the flag of every nation on the planet. The average lifespan of Major League Baseball is 7 pitches. So usually they only throw about 7 before they use another ball, basically. Dueling, like fighting kind of, dueling, is legal in Paraguay as long as both parties are registered blood donors. So if you ever want to fight someone, all Major League Baseball umpires must wear black underwear on the job in case their pants split. Number 7. In 1929, Babe Ruth homered out every American League team. And number 8. Babe Ruth wore a cabbage leaf under his cap to keep his head cool. He changed it every 2 innings. Every year, 56 million people attend Major League Baseball games. In 18th century England, dens employed someone whose job was to swallow the dice if there is a police raid. A Costa Rican worker who makes baseballs earns about $2,750 annually. The average American pro baseball player makes $2,377,000 per year. And fact number 12 is there are 336 dimples on a regulation golf ball. Here are 31 weird science facts. The moon is moving away from the Earth at a tiny, although measurable, rate every year. 85 million years ago, it was orbiting the Earth at about 35 feet from the planet's surface. The star Antares, it's spelled Antares, is 60,000 times larger than our sun. If our sun were the size of a softball, the star Antares would be as large as a house. In Calama, a town in the Atacama Desert of Chile, it has never rained. At any given time, there are 1,800 thunderstorms in progress over the Earth's atmosphere. Erosion at the base of Niagara Falls has caused the falls to recede approximately 7 miles over the past 10,000 years. A 10-year-old mattress weighs double what it did when it was new due to debris that it absorbs over time. That debris includes dust mites, their droppings and decaying bodies, mold, millions of dead skin cells, dandruff, animal and human hair, secretions, excretions, lint, pollen, dust, sand, soil, and a lot of perspiration, which the average person loses at a rate of a quart per day. Good night. Also, it said good night in the thing, so. Every year, 16 million gallons of oil run off pavement into streams, rivers, and eventually oceans in the United States. This is more oil than was spilled by the Exxon Valdez. In space, Space astronauts cannot cry because there is no gravity and tears cannot flow. Most lipstick contains fish scales. A jiffy is actually an actual unit of time, 1/100th of a second. If you have 3/4, 4 dimes, and 4 pennies, you have $1.19. You also have a large amount of coins. Money. Oh my goodness. You also have the largest possible amount of money and coins without being able to make change for $1. Leonardo da Vinci invented scissors. Recycling one glass jar saves enough energy to operate a television for 3 hours. The cigarette lighter was invented before the match. The main library at Indiana University sinks over an inch a year. When it was designed, engineers failed to take into account the weight of all the books that would occupy the building. A Category 3 hurricane releases more energy in 10 minutes than all of the world's nuclear weapons combined. There's enough fuel in a full jumbo jet tank to drive an average car 4 times around the world. An average of 100 people choke to death on ballpoint pens every year. Antarctica is the only continent without reptiles or snakes. The cruise liner Queen Elizabeth II moves only 6 inches for each gallon of fuel it burns. San Francisco cable cars are the only national monuments that can move. February 1865 is the only month in recorded history to not have a full moon. Nutmeg is extremely poisonous if injected intravenously. A rainbow can be seen only in the morning or late afternoon. It can only occur when the sun is 40 degrees or less above the horizon. Lightning strikes the earth 100 times every second. Number 26. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with the numbers. La Paz, Bolivia has an average annual temperature below 50 degrees Fahrenheit. However, it has never recorded a 0-degree temperature. Same for Stanley, the Falkland Islands, and Punta Arenas, Chile. There are over 87,000 Americans on a waiting list for organ transplants. Cats leaves the bottle at a rate of 25 miles per year. Toxic houseplants poison more children than household chemicals do. You are more likely to be infected by flesh-eating bacteria than you are to be struck by lightning. According to Genesis 1:20 verse 22, the chicken came before the egg. And that's that with the science facts. Kinda. Here are 21 odd facts about your body. It is physically impossible for you to lick your elbow. Like fingerprints, everyone's tongue print is different. Your heart beats over 100,000 times per day. Number 4. It takes approximately 12 hours for food to entirely digest. Number 5. A sneeze travels out of your mouth at over 100 miles per hour. Women blink nearly twice as often as men. That was number 6. Number 7 is most of the dust particles in your house are dead skin. There's a company that will, for $14,000, take your ashes and compress them into a synthetic diamond to be set in jewelry for a loved one. There are more living organisms on the skin of a single human being than there are human beings on the surface of the earth. The longest bout of hiccups lasted nearly 69 years. Babies are born without kneecaps. They appear between the ages of 2 and 6. Men can read smaller print than women. Women can my settings wrong. And it was supposed to be on this one. Like, I was wondering why there was no sound coming from this one side. I'm trying to, like, talk in all sides of the ear, but, like, I don't know if I should start over or, I don't know, I'm just gonna keep it going, and then when I edit, then I'll see what's going on. If you sneeze too hard, you can fracture a rib. If you try to suppress a sneeze, you can rupture a blood vessel in your head or neck and die. If you keep your eyes open by force, they can pop out. A kiss stimulates 29 muscles and chemicals that can cause relaxation. Women seem to like light and frequent kisses, while men like the more strenuous. Every time you lick a stamp, you are consuming 1/10 of a calorie. Our eyes are always the same size from birth, but our noses and ears never stop growing. The average person falls asleep in 7 minutes. Luckily, I am not the average person. Or actually, sadly, I'm not the average person. Almost everyone who reads this will try to lick their elbow. That was number 19. According to Chinese acupuncture, there's a point on your head that you can press to control your appetite. It is located in the hollow just in front of the flap of the ear. In a recent survey, Americans revealed that banana was their favorite smell. I don't know how that doesn't make any sense, but okay. Here are 36 really cool animal facts. When opossums are playing possum, they are not playing, they actually pass out from sheer terror. The 2-foot-long bird called a key that lives in New Zealand likes to eat the strips of rubber around the car windows. Snakes are true carnivores as they eat nothing but other animals, and they do not eat any type of plant material. The Weddell seal can travel underwater for 7 miles without surfacing for air. Number 5, according to tests made at the Institute for the Study of Animal Problems in Washington, D.C., dogs and cats like people are either right-handed or left-handed. That is, they favor either their right or left paws. Number 6, an iguana could stay underwater for 28 minutes. Crocodiles and alligators are surprisingly fast on land. Although they are rapid, they are not agile. So if you ever find yourself chased by one running in a zigzag line, you will lose him or her every time. Number 8, horses cannot vomit. Number 9, a crocodile cannot stick its tongue out. Number 10, butterflies taste with their feet. Number 11, all penguins can jump as high as 6 feet in the air. I'm calling BS on that one. Number 12, all polar bears are left-handed. An eagle can kill a young deer and fly carrying it. That was number 13. It was discovered on a space mission that a frog can throw up. The frog vomits its entire stomach out, so the organ is dangling out of its mouth, and the frog uses its forearms to take out all the stomach's contents and swallows the stomach back down again. The leg bones of a bat are so thin that no bat can walk. The katydid bug hears through holes in its hind legs. Slugs have 4 noses. Ostriches stick their head in sand to look for water. In a study of 200,000 ostriches over a period of 80 years, there were no reported cases of an ostrich burying its head in the sand. It's possible to lead a cow upstairs, but not downstairs. A shrimp's heart is in its head. A snail can sleep for 3 years. That was number 22. 23. The chicken is one of the few things that a man eats before it's born and after it's dead. Number 24. Some dogs can predict when a child will have an epileptic seizure and even protect the child from injury. They are not trained to do this. They simply learn to respond after observing at least one attack. A pregnant types of snakes on the island of Tasmania, and all three are deadly poisonous. That was 27. It is physically impossible for pigs to look up in the sky. Dolphins sleep with one eye open. A goldfish has a memory span of 3 seconds. Damn, even TikTok wouldn't help a goldfish, man. A shark is the only fish that can blink with both eyes. Emus and kangaroos cannot walk backwards and are on the Australian coat of arms for that reason. Number 33, the jellyfish is 95% water. A hippo can open its mouth wide enough to fit a 4-foot tall child inside. Number 35, only female mosquitoes bite. At number 36, most elephants weigh less than the tongue of a blue whale. Here are 11 fun facts about machines and technology. The microwave was invented after a researcher walked by a radar tube and a chocolate bar in his pocket melted. 23% of all photocopier faults worldwide are caused by people sitting on them and photocopying their butts. Stewardesses is the longest word that is typed using only the left hand. 71% of office workers stopped on the street for a survey agreed to give up their computer passwords in exchange for a chocolate bar. I don't understand how that's a fact. Is that like, because, like, that doesn't make sense as a fact, you know? I don't know. The electric chair was invented by a dentist. A Boeing 767 airliner is made of 3,100,000 separate parts. And those parts don't work. The first fax machine was patented in 1843, 33 years before Alexander Graham Bell demonstrated the telephone. Hershey's Kisses are called that because the machine that makes them looks like it's kissing the conveyor belt. Typewriter is the longest word that can be made using the keys on only one row of the keyboard. In 1980, there was only one country in the world with no telephones, Bhutan. At number 11, more than 50 people in the world have never made or received a telephone call. No word in the English language rhymes with month, orange, silver, or purple. The sixth sheep's sick is said to be the toughest tongue twister in the English language. The sixth sheep's sick. Go is the shortest complete sentence in the English language. The phrase rule of thumb is derived from an old English law which stated that you couldn't beat your wife with anything wider than your thumb. Do not beat your wife. The term the whole 9 yards came from World War II pilots in the South Pacific when arming their airplanes on the ground. The 50 caliber machine gun ammo belts measured exactly 27 feet before being loaded into the fuel fuselage. If the pilots fired all the ammo at a target, it got the whole 9 yards. There are only 4 words in the English language which end in "dus," like tremendous, horrendous, stupendous, and hazardous. The word testify is based on the ancient Roman practice of making men swear on their testicles when a statement was made in court. In England in the 1880s, pants was considered a dirty word. Number 9, according to many language experts, the most difficult kind of phrase to create is a palindrome. A sentence or a group of sentences that reads the same backwards and forwards. A few examples. Red rum, sir, is murder. Ma is as selfless as I am. Nurse, I spy gypsies, run. A man, a plan, a canal, Panama. He lived as a devil, Number 10. The dot that appears over the letter I is called a tittle. At number 11, 11. If you were to spell out numbers, you'd have to go into 1,000 until you find the letter A. 14, and last is 14 odd facts about food. Montpelier, Vermont is the only U.S. state capital without a McDonald's. There's a bar in London that sells vaporized vodka, which is inhaled instead of sipped. In the White House, there are 13,092 knives, forks, and spoons. Americans, on average, eat 18 acres of pizza every day. Coca-Cola was originally green. The only food that does not spoil is honey. The Pilgrims ate popcorn at the first Thanksgiving dinner. Iceland consumes more Coca-Cola per capita than any other nation. Almonds are members of the peach family. Cranberry is the only Jell-O flavor that contains real fruit flavoring. The drive-thru line on opening day at the McDonald's restaurant in Kuwait City, Kuwait was 7 miles long at its peak. American Airlines saved $40,000 in 1987 by eliminating one olive from each salad served first class. Celery has negative calories. It takes more calories to eat a piece of celery than the celery has to begin with. And last but not least is the average American drinks about 600 sodas per year. I also call BS on that. But anyway, that's that. Drink some water. Stay healthy, you know. Thank you for watching. I'm working on my videos and all that, so yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day or night or evening whenever you're watching, and I'll see y'all later.